Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today's game is going to be between Mouse's HasuObs, or Hasu for short, and the Liquid Zenio. This is a Protoss versus Zerg matchup. We are here on the map Daybreak, and let's go ahead and start this off with some player information, beginning down over here in the lower left-hand spawn position with our red player, Mouse Hasu. Hasu is a Protoss player from Germany, currently playing for Mouse Esports. He's also the captain of Team Germany, which is Germany's national team, and sometimes commentates for the ESL. Now HasuObs, as he is known in full, used to be a Warcraft 3 player who played as Undead on Mouse Esports when he played in Warcraft 3, and as you can see, he's still on that team now for StarCraft 2. His opponent over here in the upper right-hand spawn position is our blue player, Liquid Zenio. Zenio is a Zerg player from South Korea, currently playing for Team Liquid. He used to play Warcraft 3, although he wasn't as well known as HasuObs was on the scene. And he started off playing for Team Weera before moving to OGS, and eventually now on his current team, Team Liquid. And just for some recent tournament information, Zenio recently did an all-kill of Team Dignitas at the IPL Team Arena Challenge 3, which was on May 16th of this year, whereas Mouse's Hasu recently took third place at the Acer StarCraft Challenge, which was on November the 16th. Let's go ahead, now that we've got that out of the way, and start off taking a look at the game. Really not a whole lot going on at the moment. In fact, neither player bringing out a worker scout yet. We do have the two overlords for Zenio making their way across the map. The first one might be tucking away. You know, actually, I think he's going to pull on all the way forward because he's probably going to be looking for a Forge Fast Expand, which Hasu will be doing, but you can see building the Forge there in the main and then placing the Nexus down. So going to be interested to see how he's deciding to protect this expansion, when he's deciding, as you see, to not place the Forge up here as part of that frontal wall off. He's instead going to rely on other buildings. I think he's going to focus on sort of an angular defense, at least to start off with, and then maybe eventually he's going to fill up this top half as well. You may be wondering why he decided to build that first pylon and this forge over here. Well, the reason is he was able to do this much sooner and get back to mining. Pylon here, go back to mining, place the forge, then the nexus, and then going with these buildings after the fact. This gives him a little bit stronger economy early on, rather than having to move out, place the forge down, and then go down with this. You can see there he's got the gateway coming and the photon cannon as well. So I think he should be all set. Now there are a couple of Zerglings. It looks like there are going to be 4 Zerglings, in fact, and now chasing down the scouting probe of Hasu. Let's take a look at what Hasu was able to see. Didn't actually get much, wasn't even able to spot that expansion at all, so Zergling's out in time to prevent any scout, although he's going to be pulling back now, and we'll be able to finish that scouting in just one moment. Now we do have another Zergling there prepared to engage, but he is going to be far enough to scout that expansion. Also check in the third position, which there is an expansion now from Zenio coming up, so he's going to scout that out, and now he knows, alright, Zenio is nowhere near getting metabolic boost. He's not going to have map control anytime soon. I don't have to worry about any really strong pushes early on, and so it turns out that even though this was a little bit of a delayed wall off, because this forge wasn't part of that construction, he's going to be all set, because without metabolic boost, those Zerglings really aren't sneaking by anytime soon. Let's go ahead and take a look at the production tab. Everything looking pretty standard. We do have that Cybernex core coming out at the front wall off. Zerglings trying to chase down that worker. However, because of this photon cannon, not going to be able to get there and finish him off. We do have the Overlord scout chilling out up here, which is what actually scouted out that frontal wall off, plus that expansion. And just droning up is really all I expect here from Zenio, or at least for the next another minute or two, until he gets some nice saturation here of the main and natural, and then of course this third, which is now just finishing as well. We do have the research coming out now for Hasu of that Warp Gate research. See that coming through right there. Zealot pushing forward to engage. Another gateway coming off to finish this wall off. Just a little bit of a space for him to sneak units through. And we should be seeing some sentries to follow up this Stalker so that he can defend this little area here and again stop. But once metabolic boost does eventually come through, although it's still going to be a while because no gases started mining yet for Zenio, but once that does happen, he's going to need those force fields to prevent Zerglings from kind of streaming on in. Or, of course, he could just place a unit on hold position right up there. That is the other option as well. Zealot did chase back those Zerglings, wasn't able to get a kill, as you can see. Also have the Stalker looking for any stray Zerglings. And now without Metabolic Boost, Stalker really strong at taking those out. Really has no problem at all. We get the Overlord moving in. You can see Hasu waiting to engage until he got a little bit closer to try to make sure that he can guarantee the kill. Let's see if he's got the kill secured, though. It might be a little close. Overlord trying to make it away. I think the Stalker is going to get it, though. Overlord just not quick enough. Couple more shots here, and that is it. So nice little kill there. Again, Hasu waiting to engage so that the Overlord didn't pull back too soon, and he was able to secure the kill. Gotta love it. And also going to be searching now for any stray units and maybe even potentially additional Overlords. Although I don't expect Zenio to leave any Overlords out in the open like that. He was moving in for scouting purposes, and unfortunately that Stalker just moved in at the right time. All right, finally going to start seeing some action here from Zenio. We do have that layer coming through, as well as the Roach Warren, also Metabolic Boost now just starting. You can see he's got these extractors down over here. Couple more coming in the main as well. Warp Gate research almost finished, as well as those level 1 weapon upgrades, which was being researched right up here. And we do have 2 more gateways also coming through for Hasu. Hasu now done with his Robo. Does have 2 observers in play. Let's see where that scouting's going. We've got one scouting the main and another observer moving up in this direction and just chilling it over here. This is a little bit of defensive positioning here for this observer, trying to make sure that this expansion doesn't get hit. You can see moving down with some sentries, and yes, Hasu is moving into a very quick third. Could be a little bit risky though, because we're about to see those Spielings come through, 24 in production. Also, we've got the Glau Reconstitution, which is that Roach speed upgrade. And Spielings and Roaches pushing on this position could be very dangerous for Hasu. So again, part of the reason why he's making sure he's got eyes up here to see if any pushes do come. We do already have a couple of Roaches in play, 5 Roaches in play and 34 Zerglings. Roaches caught out of position, couple of force fields allow Hasu to take that one out. Second one does escape, and we've got all these units over here as well. So what is Zenio planning? Is he going to push? Now I don't know that he knows. Yeah, he does not know about this expansion at the moment. The only Overlord scout he has on this half of the map is this one sitting right here just outside of the main, which may very well be used for sacrificial scouting, or he could turn that into an overseer and eventually just try to scoot his way on through to get some intel that way. Speedling research now finished. Roach speed still coming through. Just sitting on those 4 Roaches now. Remember, he did lose that one. So look at this Observer Scout. Perfect placement. Now he sees the Spielings and Roaches are coming towards this position, trying to make this a little bit harder to push in on too, as he's got this wall off at the top position and his army sitting right here. Now we're going to see some force fields come into play. The Zerglings don't go quite far enough though, so Hasu doesn't have to blow too much of his energy to try to take those out and capture them, making it difficult to escape and allowing his ranged units to take them out. Just chilling out here with these Spielings and Roaches, also preparing a transition. We do have an Infestation Pit as well as a Spire coming through, and one upgrades for the melee as well as for the ranged attack here. So it's going to give him a little more offensive capabilities here for both those Zerglings and those Roaches. Both those upgrades coming through. We do already have the upgrades finished for Hasu. He has finished his weapons level 1, armor level 1 almost done, and the blink research, and now deciding to move into Colossus here. You can see the robotics facility, which will be his second, plus that robotics bay. So with those 2 robos, he'll be able to pump out 2 Colossus at a time, making for a very quick transition there from his main focused army of gateway units and those immortals switching into Colossus, giving him a little bit more range. I've got 5 infestors in production. Pathogen gland is that extra energy for those once they hatch. And also, look at this, he's getting all sorts of upgrades right now, deciding to get the speed upgrade for his overlords. And just, you know, pretty passive so far. We're just, you know, seeing these Roaches and Spielings chilling outside the third, but no major engagement has taken place as of yet, and I haven't seen any worker kills this game either. Just research macro for both these players. We do have another expansion over here in the center of the map for Zenio, putting him on his 4th base. A couple spines for a bit of defense over in this position as well. Just continuing his upgrades, as you can see here. Brower research now coming through. That blink almost done. Weapons level 2 coming close to finished as well. And he does have that armor 1 that we noted before. Still just tempting and taunting, preparing to push into this third. Really gonna have a hard time though once the rest of these buildings get up. Gonna be very hard for him to engage that Nexus. And it's pretty easy for Hasu to defend with this many sentries, just plopping down those force fields. And here come that Colossus production. Here come that. 2 in play, 2 more in production. Thermal Lance for their extra range. And the weapons level 2 almost finish. And we got some Corruptors coming through, and is he going Greater Spire route? Is that his game plan here? I saw the Spire. I don't believe I saw Greater Spire in production, though. And I don't even know where this thing is. There it is. So there's just the regular Spire. No Greater Spire coming through. Also a macro hatch. Still nothing big going on. Just another small little engagement there. It looks like he just lost a couple of Zerglings. But both players just back and forth and yet to have a major engagement. It looks like that is about to change, though, as Hasu sitting here with the bulk of his force now with 4 Colossus. He does also have the War Prism coming out, so it does appear like he's preparing to move out. Ooh, a little bit of delay there on the research for that Thermal Lance upgrade with that Overseer. We got another Overseer over here. Big engagement bound to take place. Blink Stalkers taking a couple shots there on those Zerglings. Research allowed to continue, really delaying that. Gotta love to see that, that contamination that delays the research. And that means that these Colossus don't have quite the range that they could. Make them have to go a little bit closer, closer to danger in order to engage. But still, just dancing back and forth. I apologize, guys. Super macro focused game, 15 minutes in, and really nothing has happened. That is, of course, quite unfortunate. Moving down with some patrolling Lings. Pulls back again. One of you please decide to engage. Someone pick a fight. Someone pick a fight. Let's see some drops or something. We got another expansion coming out here in the center of the map. Should be seeing another expo very soon for Zenio over down here. And some Stalkers with a Observer, allowing him to take out a few Creep Tumors. Here comes an attack. Finally a few Zerglings. That will get quickly dealt with, though. Photon Cannons plus Stalkers blinking into position say, no sir, you may not. You may not try those shenanigans. I'd like to see a drop or something. Look at that drop. Zealot Bomb, as it would be called. Now moving in to the main. Also, we do have another War Prism moving straight back over here. Almost losing it, though, to Spore Crawlers. He's going to move back to defend, but at the same time, we get the Zealots up here doing some damage. One Burrowed Queen almost lost his life to those Zealots. Zealots going to go straight for the worker count right now. And how is he to defend? Also some more harass taking place over here. We got one Zealot warping in. That will be quickly dealt with. These Zealots still going to town. So far, 9 worker kills, doing a bit of damage. And here comes a big push now towards that center expansion. Decides to pull back for the moment, though, as there's a lot of Corruptors here. And all of those Infestors. Zealots still going to town. Zerglings finally able to come back to defend. Will the Zealots take out the spawning pool? Oh my gosh, it's going to be close. Zealots doing a bunch of damage, but not quite enough. Really weakening up that spawning pool. Would have been significant had he taken that out. Not only, of course, stopping Zergling production, but he would have stopped this research about halfway through, and the adrenal glands make those Zerglings so much more effective with 20% increased attack speed. Makes them mighty, mighty strong. Unfortunately, did not end up working out for Hasu, I believe, like he had hoped. What this does do, though, is since this is so weak, a second Zealot Bomb could quite quickly take that out. And that may very well be what we'll be seeing from him. We do have a Mothership now coming through here at this center of the map expansion for Hasu. And still just dancing by our Zerg player Zenio. Zenio just loves to dance. You know, he's just working up his economy. He's getting those upgrades, as we mentioned before. He's waiting to engage until he feels like he is at the perfect moment. We do see that transition now into Broodlords. As you can see, he's got a handful of those over here. Now dealing with a Zergling, which was delaying the placement of this expansion. We've got this expansion now up and just gathering Vespene, but that is it. More Speedlings moving down. Look at this Observer placement, though. Look at all of these scouting he's got going on. He's got eyes everywhere. He knows exactly where Zenio is moving. The one thing he doesn't know right now, though, is that he's pushing towards it. Okay, he does know this even. He knows this because he's got a Zealot here at the tower, so he knows that there's a push coming to the center of the map as well. Able to quickly go back and defend against those Zerglings. Now coming out with a few Photon Cannons, a couple of Zealots as a small bit of defense against those 2 Roaches, should they decide to engage. And Hasu with eyes everywhere, again, knows precisely what's going on. A mortal drop taking place, but here comes a drop in the main from Zenio. Now gonna return the favor and do some economic damage, and he's really gonna hurt some of these buildings. Big engagement also taking place here in the middle. Mothership is in play. Needs to be careful. He's not gonna get that vortex energy anytime soon, though. And look at these Zerglings going to town, almost taking out that forge, unpowering things, going to take out the Templar Archives. Another engagement happening over here. We get a few roaches streaming across the map. A mortal drop about to take place. Let's see what he's going to try to target. Still doing some damage here in the main. Look at that, took out the Templar Archives. Still got a few roaches just kind of chilling out. These roaches over here still doing damage, and an immortal push taking place over here. What an immortal push? What am I talking about? Those aren't immortals. Those are Brewlords. Brewlord push taking place over here. The immortal drop. Now trying to target down that Greater Spire. Is he going to defend that? That is pretty significant. If you lose that Greater Spire, no more Brewlords will be produced anytime soon. And the immortals continue to do some damage here. Hasu bouncing back and forth with this army here in the center of the map. Nice fungal growth, allowing those Brewlords to move forward. And those Colossus are in trouble. He does finally have enough energy for the Vortex. This expansion, what is he doing? These guys are chilling out over here. Mortals dealt with by those Zerglings. Was able to hang on to this Spire, but still no Greater Spire means no more Brewlords. And what is he going to do? He's got 2 more Spires in production. Those are back over here. Any more small engagements going on that I do not know of? No, not at the moment. Hasu was able to hang on to this expansion, finally engaging with these Stalkers. And we've got a couple of Zerglings. Now, they are very upgraded right now. Let's take a look at this. 3 to the melee upgrade, plus their adrenal gland upgrade, meaning that they're a significant threat, and that's why we saw some reinforcements there for Hasu. More Speedlings streaming across the map. Still got all these Brewlords. Even though he lost his Greater Spire, he still had 13 Brewlords in play, so he is all set. And another drop in the main. Zenio continuing to drop and harass. We're going to see a warp in over here from Hasu. Just what is going on? Engagements all over the place. Going to start taking out a few of those production buildings as well as some of this tech. Should be his target. Might try to drop this forge as well. Moving forward with these guys. Took out the expansion up here quickly with these Zerglings. Now moving into this expansion to start kill off some more workers. He's got still all of this over here, continuing to tear apart the main. Still has the threat of the Brewlords and Infestors in the center of the map. Speedlings just chilling out over here for the moment. These guys doing so much economic damage. They're both sitting at the same. We got some Zealots over here doing a lot of damage. Zealots over here as well. How did these guys get over here? I have no idea, but it doesn't matter because they are there and they are tearing it up. Returning the favor again with that economic damage. Big engagement here at the center of the map, and the Brewlord take out his expansion. This is going to be pretty painful. Moving back with the Roaches, able to defend against those Zealots. Still has got nothing to deal with that War Prism though, and that's really a pretty major thing. He's got to get some Corruptors or something to take that out. Fungal growth, it gets some infested Terrans, get some Queens down there. I don't know, you gotta do something. The main has been completely wiped out. Hasu now with no main. He's got these 2 bases, and then this little base trying to come through there. Still has the mothership in the center of the map with full energy, so that is still a significant threat. And finally a Queen moving down to deal with this War Prism. What is going on? This game just went from boring to super crazy. You know, the first 15 in-game minutes were kind of a yawn fest, but man, did this get intense pretty fast. Nice fungal. Oh, is he gonna get those? He's dealing with some feedbacks though. Another fungal. He's gonna get them. Oh, I gets all but 2 of those. All but 2 of those High Templar. That was pretty big. He lost a few Infestors in transit and lost a bunch of energy as well. And Speedlings unburrowing over here, going to engage those Stalkers, but that's not a problem there for Hasu. Hasu, you know, he took a pretty major loss up here, but at the same time, he still does have that mothership. Now, let's take a look at the income. This is a really important thing. Oh, Zenio's got a much stronger income right now, and that is going to give him a huge, huge advantage as we press forward. The stronger your income, the more you can afford to continue to get upgrades and continue to reinforce and continue to expand. So with that hurt income, Hasu might be in a bit of trouble. He's going to stop this Zergling attempted attack over here. We get a push now moving towards the center though. And with Hasu's mothership army out of position, he's going to be losing this expansion again. Another drop in the main, although there's nothing here for him to kill. He's going to push now down to the natural and do some damage in that position as well. We do have another Warp Prism moving out to do some damage. Is it going to be enough though? Zergling's moving up here, nicely placed Archon, although that does get taken out. And oh, the Speedlings tearing apart the natural expansion, which I suppose could technically be called the main here, as most of his production capability and tech is sitting in this position, and he's about to lose it all. So painful as Zenio hitting from multiple positions, doing so much damage, takes out that expansion as well. Oh man, we've got a War Prism that is trying to warp things in, but what is he gonna do? I mean, he's about to lose all of these pylons. He's about to lose all of these warp gates. Pylon's going to unpower those, so I don't think we can see any more warp-ins. We've got a few warp gates over here they can warp in with. Hasu's in a lot of trouble. I think the only chance that he has right now is just to push out and try to mop up Zenio's army. All Zenio has to do is play it safe, stay back, buy himself some time, get some more mining, get some more reinforcements, and then eventually try to take this out. We've got another deadly push that's going to take out everything over here. Again, Hasu is just committing now to this engagement because this is really the last chance that he has. We've got a fungal growth decloaking a lot, plus doing some damage. Brewlords staying back nice and safe. Infestors being used as a buffer, and Brewlords are going to continue to push back behind the safety of those crawlers. There is a oddly placed, oh my gosh, what the heck? Mind controlled the mothership through his opposing players' units into the vortex and forced the GG. Unbelievable. What a game from Zenio. Although this game started off a little dull, boy did it end with a bang. Absolutely unbelievable play from Zenio. He was just continuously aggressive, hitting multiple positions with all these drops and speedling counterattacks and everything. Yeah, I think it was a good game all around, but I am once more thoroughly impressed with Zenio's play. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this game. As always, tune in and be sure to subscribe if you're looking for more StarCraft 2 commentary and other great gaming coverage here on the channel. Thanks again for watching, guys. Keep watching and keep owning.